Hello, welcome to my channel. This is SideMind, and in today's video we're going to be looking at playing D&D entirely for free. This came about in the D&D Beyond forums, which you can see here. Basically said about creating D&D for free. Suggested there's a way of doing it for free on here, and somebody mentioned about it being not possible. Here, there's no way to really play for free. And they were quickly corrected because there are many ways. I will link to this post because it's got a few good links here, especially by Conal, who provided a link to the basic rules, which I will be showing you. The Frozen Second Adventure, which I'll also show you. And a link about information about getting the Spelljammer creatures, Acquisitions Incorporated, and Lost Mine of Phandelver, and other stuff for free. So let's switch my screen over. Here we are. This is just so that I can show you what we get for free. And I'm on the wrong thing. There we go. So I've got here a test account. This is completely empty. I have no info on it. I can go to anyone. If I click on something, it just takes me to the marketplace because I've not bought anything on here. So let's start off with what you can get. If you go into sources and then choose basic rules, you get here, which is essentially a combination of the basic rules, an SID that was released by Wizards of the Coast for everyone to use for free. This includes all the actual rules of the player's handbook in here, all the rules, many of the items, section of monsters, all the classes except Artificer, with at least one subclass per class for you to choose. A big section of spells and everything you need. You need for the Dungeon Master as well. You have the monster statistics, reading on monster stat box, running how to build and run the counters, all the information about magic items with a good selection of magic items to choose. We also have a running game, diseases, poisons, traps, and stuff. We have the appendices. Sorry, I stutter. About the conditions like paralyzed, incapacitated, invisible. Information about the gods of the multiverse that you can use if you want to. Different factions if you're going to places in Forgotten Realms. And the planes of existence, which usually play most campaigns. As this here, this section contains the Dungeons & Dragons basic rules and the rules in the SRD released as part of the Open Gaming License. You also get everything that was released in the Elemental Player's Companion guide, which is certain races, certain spells. Most of them will be released in other books later on, but still you get them for free. So let's take a look. If we can go to over here, races, just so you can see what you can get. So here, you can see you got basic rules. So these are all the basic races that you choose. For the races that use sub races, you can get at least one sub race. For example, if you go to Elf, which normally has huge amounts, you can choose between High Elf, Wood Elf, and the variant that was originally appeared in Dungeon Master's Guide is also available for you to choose. Just an example. I'll actually give you two, which is unusual. We go into, let's say, Mountain Dwarf, because that has sub races as well. I think it's just the Hill Dwarf, but we'll see. Yeah, the Hill Dwarf. So you get at least one sub race, so at the end of the day, you get races that you can play for free for various runs. These are all the basic races that appear in the player's handbook, available for free. And yes, even the rather ridiculously overpowered variant human is also still available for free. And on top of that, there are a few there, and tieflings. Not all the things here will be shown to you. You can choose by source, so you will get basic rules. Just here, and you can also get the elemental evil place plans. It does say legacy, but I should imagine you can still view it. So if you go into you can still see the original. They've been since updated in the Mordecai Multiverse of Madness. Might be getting that wrong. The original version is still available, and it's still part of the Elemental Evil Player's Companion, which means that they're still free. So you get quite a lot. If we go to, let's take a look at monsters. There's a huge list here, but if we go into advanced filters and source, we can then choose basic rules. I don't think there are monsters in the Elemental Evil Player's Companion, but so we just filter. And now all of these things that you can see are free. And there's a lot. I think there's like 20 per page. 20 per page, at least 16 pages, and then that's 220 listings, plus however many on this page. So you get a lot of options for monsters for free. Entirely for free. It's literally hundreds for free, just so you know that. I want to stress that point. You really want resources. And there's not many feats that you can get for free. Because we don't want to get in basic rules, and I think we can also get this one's a critical role. I don't think there's anything else that was released for free. Let me take a look. No, I think that's just all the ones that we had for free. Critical role stuff on here is most of the stuff is free. For example, we do get the Fire Alarm Specialist, which was released for free as part of Critical Role, and we do get the free Grappler feat. So we don't have much of feats that are free. To be fair, feats, although very common, are actually not a standard option. They're technically an optional feature, which of course most people do use. There you go. You do get backgrounds, which to be fair, you are encouraged to create your own background in the books, so it doesn't really matter. Here we go, basic rules. You get some backgrounds to use and play with. All standard equipment is free. So let's take a look at magic items. Let's see how many you get for free. Magic item. Advanced features. Let's go with basic rules. There's probably more in the critical role stuff, but here we go. Let's see. Yeah, you get all these. So again, there's a list about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 20 per page. 12 full pages plus the 13th page. So that's 240. And all these, which is almost another. So yeah, over 200 items for free, over 300 monsters for free, all the base races for free with at least one sub race for each to have them. All the classes except Artificer are free. Even the Blood Hunter, which is Critical Role, is also free. For all classes, you'll have at least one subclass for free, no matter which one you pick. Aside from Artificer, of course, because that's not a free one. Let's take a look at spells. Go to view all. Let's see how many spells you get for free. Source. Here we go. Let's go to the basic rules. Oh, we do get the Elemental Evil source. Where is it? Here it is. The best rule on Elemental Evil, I'm going to just filter. And it gives us a lot. So as we said, there's 20 listings per page, 18 fill pages, which is 360. And then we get 364 spells. So over 360 spells, over 360 monsters, and over 200 something items are all available to you for free, plus several backgrounds, bearing in mind it's very easy to create your own background. Plus the all the classes except Artificer, with at least one subclass per class, and all of the base races from the Player's Handbook and Elemental Evil, and with at least one subclass or variant if they have them, all for free. There is a lot. As for adventures, it was, as we mentioned in the forum that we showed before by Conal, we do have free adventures. So if you go to sources, you can see about this here, which is Source for Monstrous Compendium Volume 1. These are even more monsters and stuff and spellbound creatures that you can also choose for free. With all the lore and stuff. These are some. That is a sickly looking beast, fair dude. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff there. We do have the Frozen Stick Adventure, which is also free on here. And Colonel's post also had links to get the acquisitions incorporated and some other spelljam stuff for free as well. So you check his post out for that, which I will link to in the description. So you get a full adventure for free here. So that's basics that you have for starting off for free, and of course all the actual features on here for free. The tools, we have the character builder. The character is in beta, so I think that means it's open to public. Let's check. Yep. So as a DM, you can create encounters in the encounter builder, so you can track initiative, health, and stuff right here. You do have, what else is there? Tools. Yeah. The other thing we can do, once you're starting out, we can also go to Dungeon Masters Guild or dmsguild, dmsguild.com. This is a source where people will publish their own stuff for D&D as well as other games, including other editions. Like if you wanted to purchase a PDF of your previous editions of D&D, like 3.5, even first edition, they're actually available here, legal and for free. Well, legal and for low cost, if you wanted them. But we do have an option to get free things. People do publish their own homebrew adventures and stuff. So if we go to Prototype Adventures, on the left hand side, we can choose edition. Say, choose like say 3rd edition, 3rd, 5th. I'm getting confused. And for some reason my internet is going slow. Yeah, I'm on. There we go. Okay. And then a price, we can literally just put in 0. And now we have all the latest adventures and other stuff released for free, D&D 5th edition, by other people who want to homebrew. Counters, Rise Necromancer. They'll either be listed as free, literally 0, or they'll have pay what you want, which basically means you can choose to get it for free, or if you like it, you can pay for it, however much you want. But you can technically set 0 and get it for free, which is why our filter of maximum price 0 still lists them. So yes, and there's a lot here. They're not all going to be good, but they are going to be. There's enough here that you'll probably get something out of it, either to cover your entire campaign, or at least enough to give you a start, and you can build on from there. You can see we've got pages and pages. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff on there. And this is not just for adventures. They might have other stuff in here as well. In case they have like other homebrew type of stuff on here. Let's see what else they have. Prototype. Rules, bundles, character options. People are always happy to share their homebrew. If you want extra races, extra stuff. Why are you taking so long? I think my internet is just going slow because I've got so many windows and stuff open on here. Also, my internet does not like Discord, which I do have running, because I'll be showing you that in later. But when it decides to load, at some point, hopefully today, there we go. You will see that it does feature all sorts of character options, like Shaman, and just which either add things or add themes, add more. That you can just go through, pick the ones you like, and if they're good, add them. There is also stuff. So again, there is pages and pages and pages of free stuff that people have created and are willing to share to you for free, which you can then, of course, incorporate into your own games for absolutely nothing. So you can just use that, but of course you're going to want to have a way to, if you're going to play in person, you pretty much have everything you need between the character sheets that you can build for free on D&D Beyond. If you do get homebrew from from these things, you can use the homebrew editors on here to collections, homebrew, create spells, monsters, magic items. You can recreate anything except a full class on here. And also, anything you create is also automatically shared with everyone else in the campaign if it's homebrew, even if you published it. And by publish it, I mean because on here, when you create a homebrew item, you can choose to share it with the public. It's easy to say publishing, but it just means it's shared with everyone else. So anyone who with a subscription of Hero or Master subscription D&D Beyond can find your homebrew. Just click a button and it adds to them. But in your campaign, regardless of whether you're the Dungeon Master or not, if you have created a homebrew, even if you have shared it to the public, they'll still be able to add it for free without needing a subscription. And I'll show you that. So if we go to campaigns, I think I already created one for testing. See, oh, this is my free one. Let me get the so when you go to let me switch the screen. When you go to you can create a campaign. Then once you create a campaign, you can copy this link here, which you can then give to the person who is going to be joining. So switch between the different browser. Wrong window. There we go. So if you search for the browser, you can create a new tab, link in, and join. I don't have a character pre-made yet, so we can. I'll just create a character. Let's see. I'm going to go that way. I'm going to character builder. Because what I want to do instead is just do quick build. Oh, I don't want to go through all that. So we'll just say, I was going human. Do lick 'em. Class. Let's try sorcerer. Can't bother to make a name. Here we go. So these are the quick start options that the player handbook has, which always use the free stuff. So that's all good. So we got here. I'm going to turn Homebrew off for the moment. So we now have our character. It is all made. We can just go to the sheet. So now, if I wish to use the join link, I should be able to choose this character. There we go. So what I'm going to show you is now I have on my own, I do have the why are you not? Okay. Because I do have here. So this is the link to item I made, but that's in the public homebrew. The item I made was called Familiar Stone. That basically just gives you the option to use Find Familiar without having to take it as a spell. I don't need notification, but so this is published. You can see, because otherwise there would be an option to share it. This is made available. If I was to go to my other screen here, I have Homebrew turned off. So if I go to excuse me, inventory, inventory, and put in familiar, it doesn't show up. But if I were to then allow Homebrew, bear in mind this character does not have character doesn't have any kind of it doesn't have any subscriptions. I'm not on subscription at all. And subscriptions are pretty cheap. I mean, you know. So I've enabled it. Let's see if it comes up. And there you go. I'm now using published Homebrew without having to have a hero subscription. She's now applying. So, yeah, there's that. So you can share all the homebrew that you made, which is any homebrew that you created from stuff you found on dmsguild, or stuff you made yourself. If you want to use it, even though you have a lot of stuff to start with, without having to homebrew a single thing. There you go. You do have the options for if you're just playing in person on a table, that's fair enough. you're already good to go. If you do have options as well, you can literally print out maps from all sorts of places. You just go on Google and find a map that you can print with or without grid lines. You can also just get a grid paper and draw a basic outline map on there. People do a lot of options. Some people don't use maps at all. Some people just play theatre of the mind, relying on the description given by the dungeon master. So there is that. There's also Discord, which you can play for chatting or for rolling, which I'll show you in a moment. I need to set this up because I forgot to include this for recording on my thing. Sorry for the black screen. Bear with me a moment. New. You should be seeing this. Why is my brain blanking? This is Discord. This is my own Discord server, which I'm not going to bother linking to anything because there's literally nothing new. And I'm showing it invisible just because I don't really want message when I'm doing this. Excuse me. So if I go back to this, there is an option for this tab. Avrae Discord bot. Avrae is basically just like a dice bot that you can add into your Discord server. Any of them, it's free to use. It will allow you to do a lot of different things, from basic rolls, roll 2d6 and I'll roll 2d6, or you can link it to your character and allow you to use commands. If you have the dice, you see, I actually have dice here. You have free dice to use. Which is just the basic black and red. Wow, that's going slow. I think that's just because I've got so many different things open. There's that. Where was I? Alright. So you can see commands, you can see cheat sheets, which is basically just the full documents and stuff. It says login. You don't need to log in. You can just go down to the bottom and choose invite whilst you're in your own Discord. Oh right, yeah, I'm in the wrong. Hang on a second. I am in the wrong. Why is my screen gone black? Hang on. Did I just close? Okay. Wait, where was I? Tools. Yeah, where did this go? What? To the bottom. Right. Okay, so here at Discord channel. Add to the server that I have permission to add it to, and continue. Keep these all open, so it allows it to use all authorize. Yes, I'm a hero. Well, maybe that's a bit debatable. Why? Airplane, 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 airplane. I missed one. But still counts. Okay, that's weird. Okay. We know this is going to attack. If I go into my Discord, I should now have Avrae. I've already set up the dice rolls before, and you will get a message from here, quick start, blah blah blah, to help you guide it through. But just to give a basic example, we can choose roll 2d6. Allows you to roll. There are options for creating a link to your campaign and creating links to your character sheets so that you can roll from your sheet to your character. If I choose, I think it's character, and then the name. I'm wrong. Okay. Basically, you can link them. I'm not going to show that because it's going to be. I can't remember how to do it. I don't actually use this myself. But you can link your character, so you can roll from your character sheet, and the roll will appear in the channel. You can do long rests from here using commands. So you don't actually even need to go into your character sheet. You can just use the Avrae Dicebot to do it all, if you really wanted to. And they connect. We do have other options. Let's switch the thing back. I'm not doing this the best way, and I do apologize for that. Next step would, of course, be if you do want to have something a bit more visual, or just have an alternative. There is a Roll20, and I do have a video that links showing how to do the roll from your D&D Beyond character sheet onto Roll20. I'll link them up that way using Beyond 20 extension. So we link as a card pop-up maybe, or at least at the end of the video or in the description. You can do all sorts of free stuff on here. You can choose lighting, create maps. There's quite a lot. You also have free stuff on here. If we go into Marketplace and browse, we can choose. Like let's say we go with adventures. All of them. Don't have one for pricing. And then choose price load high. We'll of course start you off with free stuff. This won't be specific to 5th edition because this Roll20 is system agnostic. But it has a bunch of stuff that you can still probably add. Use it as preview of Exposure to Armor, which is a critical role. Pathfinder stuff. There's a few things here that are all free. I would recommend giving them a good readout. Like Master's Vault is a pretty good one. This is for D&D 5th. James Introcaso, by the way, is actually a writer. He has written stuff for Wizards of the Coast and for D&D Beyond. So it gives you a bunch of stuff for basic, I think a mini adventure. It also includes a whole variety of things. You can do it with tokens and maps and stuff. When you're using this, you obviously going to want to have a token, like a little image that can thing. So for that, we have HeroForge. You can find the images online, but HeroForge is a fantastic service. If you want to create an image of your character, there's all sorts of stuff. I literally created this within minutes. It gives you presets and all sorts. You can create pretty much any of the races. You can recreate Aarakocra, you can recreate Tieflings, Spaxies, Lizard Folk. It has a lot of options. And as I said, I got this shield spell fire within about 4 minutes. there's a lot of presets and stuff that you can use and build off of, and you can there's a lot of customization. The idea of HeroForge is that you could then either order this and pay for it and get it sent to you. If you have a 3D printer at home, I mean, I don't know why you'd be watching a video for playing D&D for free if you had stuff like 3D printers. But if you did, you could get the file to 3D print this yourself. You can also just use the image, which a lot of people do. There's even a way to create a snapshot. So our character is Joseph something, so we will name our hero. What do we name? And you can save it as well. If you create a character here, you can just save it. So we'll save it as Joseph. And when we click in here, we can also do screenshot. And now we have a picture here that you can then just download and keep as it is. I think I've already done that. And that's HeroForge. You can do all sorts of stuff. You can reposition the arms and legs and stuff. It's awesome. Give it a whirl. It's totally free. It's just HeroForge.com. But this isn't necessarily. If you want to use something like Roll20, which is like a small square, more like an avatar pick rather than actual token, you could just screenshot this and upload into Paint and then just take a square bit of the face. Or there is RollAdvantage.com, which is a basic simple site. It has two features. One is just a basic dice roller. The other is TokenStamp. Basically allows you to create a basic token, which is going to be just like the face of your character with a ring or some other kind of border. They can very easily then just download and use for Roll20 or as the picture for on D&D Beyond or any other service you can use. It says drop image. I don't actually know if we can do this, but let's. No. Okay. Let's download it then. And now it's created. We can then just drop here. Just going for it to load. There we go. So once you load here, we are going to want a border. So we can then choose, just say, I know this. This will do fine. So we're going to want this to be a bit more center. My screen may be a little bit laggy. I've got a lot of windows open and a lot of services open. Actually, let's see if I can actually close it down. Maybe that's going to help. Yeah, I think it's a little bigger. There you go. It's going to re-render here. So yes, this is a way to create a very basic thing. You can change colors. You got all different shapes that you could use, and then when that's done, I'll like say there. You can then just choose download, and there you go. You have your token that you can then just use in Roll20 or whatever else. If you don't want to use Roll20, there is. I'm going to close these now just because I don't need to use them anymore. There is. Yeah, my browser. There is what's called AboveVTT, which is for Chrome. This is an extension to the Chrome, but it is essentially a browser-based virtual tabletop. So I don't actually know how to use it myself, but if you go to this site, which I will of course link to, you can play with anyone else who has a browser for online play, which gives you all the options. It links to D&D Beyond, so it should pull up your character info from there as well. Sets it all up, and if you do buy a venture on D&D Beyond or have the free one, like the Frozen Sick one, it should be able to pull it up into this virtual tabletop, saving your little prep book. Yeah, so you got AboveVTT or Roll20. Take your pick. Maybe use different ones for different things. The last major resource that I probably mentioned is what's called WorldAnvil. WorldAnvil can be brilliant for those who like to build their own campaigns and build their own maps and build their own stuff. There is a whole bunch of stuff that you can do for free on here. You can create basic maps. It has templates and stuff that you can use. It's kind of like a wiki, but a bit more organized and a bit more specific to your own stuff. You can do a lot of things with it, even with the free version. Eventually, you'll be able to showcase and even monetize your stuff if you have the higher packages. On the free one, you will be able to create articles, create characters. You can create pages for your homebrew stuff. You create stuff yourself, so people can know about your homebrew before they go in. If you scroll down the bottom and go to pricing on the bottom left, yeah, good. I'm making sure that you see there are options for my towel for getting options. Oh, this is the yearly. It's reasonably priced for what you get. So eventually, in the high packages, you could have subscribers and multiple people who can all work it in, where to store it, and all that stuff. Even the free one, you can get about 20 pages of articles, which is enough for basic world lore and so on, as well as the world homepage. You get quite a few things. And there's a lot of other stuff you can get. It is worth getting the extra options if you can afford it, depending on how far you want into world building you want to go. There's also Google Docs, where you can create basic Word documents or Excel sheets and that type of stuff to give that way, and you can then share it with people and just give them the link and they'll be able to see it. There's that. The one I don't have on here, Inkarnate, but I don't actually use because I don't use it myself, but here there is Inkarnate. Should, if my memory serves, gives you the option to create maps for free. Again, with options. I'm not joining. I don't use you. Let's see pricing for Pro. So let's see, 900 plus 60 art assets to use, more than enough. Personal use, which it's going to be. You can create up to 10 maps on it, which should be fine. And yeah, and then it's pretty low price if you want to get involved, like $5 a month, $25 a year, which is a huge difference in price when you think about it. But it's a great way to get a lot of stuff. There's also a gallery here, so if you are okay with the names and stuff, you could literally just copy these. It's for your own use, so you don't have to worry about copyrighting and stuff. So if you don't mind the names that they use, why not use one of these? Saves you time. Of course, there's also good old Google, where you can Google for a lot of different assets, from characters to maps, as long as they are private use and not something you're going to put on YouTube or not something you're going to claim as yours. That's fine for copyright. There is that as well. There's lots of free things that you can do there. There's also, you're going to make me want to sign in first, aren't you? Nope, okay, good. So there is another option. I don't know if there'll be an example here. Let's see. There we go. So yeah, so there is option for what's called pay to play. Now, as a DM, you could create a game where you can charge people. So let's take a look at this one. This is a pay to play one. It's become quite more and more popular. Roll20 allows you to create your own campaigns on here if you wanted to. Roll20 don't handle the pricing and stuff. You do it directly with the DM or whoever it is that's paying. $20 per session, which is pretty average from what I can tell. They give you information about what to expect. They run it basically on using Discord for the voice stuff. They do that a lot. You'll have Discord for voice and chat, and then they'll probably just use Roll20 for the actual visual elements. And of course, there's also the option to use other things as well. Like some people will put on here the actual game, but not actually use Roll20. They might actually be using Discord, AboveVTT, or something else to run their games on. That's something you could do. You could, if you think you're good with D&D and being a DM, there is nothing stopping you from creating your own campaign using Homebrew or one of the free adventures you can get off dmsguild or wherever else, and charging people to pay. If you can use something like a WorldAnvil to show a lot of history and lore that they can pick, you have a lot of Homebrew options as well. That gives it more flavor. They may enjoy that. There's also the forums on D&D Beyond. So if you don't want to use Roll20, you just want to use D&D Beyond, there is a forum on here specifically for looking for players and groups, where of course you can advertise your group, whether it's something you want to. There's your filter for paid. I don't know if there's many paid on here. Yeah, there's a tag that you can add to your games to say this can be paid, which means that you can literally advertise your play. So not only can you play D&D entirely for free, from characters, tools, maps, campaigns and adventures, homebrew, all for free, you can also literally get paid to play your free game, if you know what I mean. So you can use entirely free assets, entirely free stuff, and still make money by it. And if you have a lot of homebrew, you can even publish it on DM's Guild. I've already closed that down, I think, on here. You can upload your own stuff to here and get paid for it. So you can not only play entirely for free, you can even make money off D&D. So it's something to consider. So yes, there you go. So it's a long video and a few stutters along the way and stuff. But whichever you. Thank you very much. Bye.